Hello everyone and welcome back to TowerGate. It is TowerGate day number 1088, 1088, March the 30th, 2020, Monday. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, well I certainly hope everyone's doing okay out there. Hopefully you're all feeling well and you're practicing all the things that we're trying to do to stay healthy and stop the spread of the virus. Of course, at the President's press briefing this afternoon, Sunday afternoon, they have extended the current separation policy to 30 days or to April 30th. So whatever you've been doing in whatever state or city that you're in, and every state and city, I guess, or county has slightly different policies on what they're doing. But at the federal level, they're saying whatever you're doing now, keep doing it. Doesn't mean that you won't have modifications to that in the state or city or county you're in. But just keep paying attention. But it looks like they're thinking it's another 2 to 3 weeks down the road before we start to see this peak off or tail off. So that's what they're estimating now. Could happen sooner. It could go on a little longer. We really don't know at this point, but whatever you're doing to stay healthy, keep doing it. It's a tough deal, but we're all in it together, as they say, and it's no fun, but it's better than the alternative. And the quicker we get rid of this virus and see it go on the decline, the quicker we can go back to life as normal and hopefully rescue this economy before it goes totally in the tank. But I think the president's doing a fantastic job. I do feel bad for him that he's taking so much abuse. I can only imagine the pressure he's under. And you would think that the media would back off and for once in their life just do something to help the country for a change instead of create chaos and fear. But they're in the fear porn business, and they despise the president. And if it means destroying the country to get rid of President Trump, that's what they're willing to do. They don't care about the aftermath. They have never thought about it. But anyway, that is a shame, but that is the way things are. But Trump's doing a fantastic job, and I certainly hope, and the polls are even showing this, that people are tuning in to watch the press conference every day, so they are getting to see the president firsthand, as opposed to getting it from the Common News Network or MSNBC. And so they are seeing that the president truly is in control of the situation, and he is doing a fantastic job. And hopefully this will draw more contrast to more people now paying attention, a lot more than used to pay attention, that's for sure. And hopefully this contrast will get people to open their eyes and see exactly what has been going on for the past more than 3 years, and why they should not trust the media at all. They just need to listen to the president and the people around him and forget about the fake news media. They are enemies of the country. They are traitors to the country. And I do hope that when this is all said and done, they are adequately repaid for their disservice to the country. Well, let's get on with the news of the day. Of course, we had Madam Botox, Pelosi Galore, on the Common News Network with Jake Crapper, where she accused Trump of costing American lives, saying that he's fiddling while people are dying, and that after this is over, she'll be doing an after-action review to find out what did he know and when did he know it. That's right, you heard it. The demo commies are actually now planting the seeds for more impeachment. They're going to try to impeach President Trump when this is over for his response to the coronavirus crisis. You watch and see. Madam Botox is actually that nuts. Now, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, normally I'd say that's the final nail in the coffin, but the final nail in the coffin was the failed impeachment the first time. The idea that they would try to do it a second time over his handling of this crisis, while his approval numbers are 2 and 3 times that of the Congress and of Madame Botox herself, shows you how delusional that Pelosi Galore is. Remember, she lives in a bubble, in a different world than we live in. She's completely cut off from the average person in the world. She travels on private jets from her ivory tower in Washington to her mansion in San Francisco. She hobnobs at her little wine festivals with the upper crust out there in San Francisco. And she only hears and talks with people who think like her and who pat her on the head and tell her how great she is. She has no clue what in the world she's talking about. She's almost as senile as Burisma Joe. Fiddling while people are dying. This is after she held up the relief bill to try to get her Green New Deal stuff in there to try to appease the far left wing of her party in the Congress. Playing politics. And she's out there telling people in California that they should continue traveling from China to come into Chinatown and to visit out in California after Trump has already put in a travel ban. These Democrats literally have no shame whatsoever. None. I mean, they literally have no shame. They are so deeply entrenched in a world where reality is what they can make it. They and their friends and the fake news media get together and create realities. And so they are so locked in to this world where they are always creating these realities that they think they can just continue going on and doing this forever, and that there'll never be a time when there'll be some event that will snap people out of their coma and they'll actually start paying attention and thinking for themselves. And now I think that moment has arrived. So it is maddening, it is frustrating, and I don't know that I've ever been, I mean, there's so many times I've been angry over the past 3 years at what I've been watching, but when I saw that video clip this morning, because I wasn't watching the show live, I saw a video clip of her interview with, I believe it was Upchuck Todd, I can't remember, no, it was CNN, who was it? I can't remember exactly, but when she made this comment on the Commie News Network, I mean, I was just immediately just filled with massive anger that she would have the audacity to say something like that. And then to follow it up by dropping the Watergate reference. What did he know and when did he know it? And continuing to say that the president has cost the lives of many Americans, when in fact he saved the lives of many Americans by putting on the travel ban very early on China and Europe. And if you look around at the cities that are having the biggest problem, it is cities run by liberals, because they ignored the sound advice that President Trump was giving them, either verbally or by his actions. The same is true with Comrade Bill de Blasio in New York. These people absolutely drive you nuts. I mean, make you angry beyond anything you can possibly imagine. And, goodness. Oh boy, November 2020 cannot get here soon enough, man. We must dispatch these people, get them the hell out of Congress, make them a very, very small, tiny little minority, and hopefully keep them that way for a very long time. These people are more than, I mean, they're dangerous. They're beyond dangerous. I don't know what the words are just not there anymore. I just don't know what to say. I can't even express how angry I am with these people. How disturbed I am by what I'm seeing coming from these people. I just never thought it would get this bad, but it is. Well, Biden claims that over 20 million people have watched his town hall YouTubes. No, that's not true. That is a lie. Just like his latest commercial is based on 3 lies, 3 points he makes, all 3 which are lies. This claim here that over 20 million people have watched his town hall YouTubes, that's just stupid. And everyone knows it's not true. The last tally is that his last video that he did got 632 views. My guess is that Burisma Joe doesn't know what Google Analytics is. Now, we also had Burisma Joe on Upchuck Todd, and that disgusting son of a bitch, Upchuck Todd, literally has the audacity to ask Burisma Joe if Trump has blood on his hands. If Trump has blood on his hands. The American media certainly has a lot of blood on their hands. Upchuck Todd. Never forget that question as long as you live. Upchuck Todd asking Burisma Joe if Trump has blood on his hands. Never said a word about Obama when he was out on the golf course and people were dying of another flu. They have nothing to say. These people are disgusting. But even Burisma Joe couldn't go that low. And he even said to Upchuck Todd, I think that's a bit harsh. Yeah, it is a bit harsh. It's a bit harsh. Any reputable media network would remove him from the air immediately. Immediately. In fact, if I were his boss, I would have walked out on the set, grabbed his ass, and I would have yanked him out of his chair. I would have stuck my foot in his ass and kicked him off the set right live on TV for asking that question in such a way. Does President Trump have blood on his hands? These people are sick and they are dangerous. Turn them off, for God's sake. Can't believe people watch this garbage. Well, we have Michael Goodwin writing in the New York Post an article where he says that the Dems need to recruit Obama to bench Biden. Well, I mean, he pretty much tried. I mean, from the very beginning, he said, you don't have to do this, Joe. He told other people around him to try to discourage Biden. And, of course, he's never given an endorsement. Now, think about that. And the Rotten Reverend Clinton has never endorsed Biden either. Now, why are they holding back? Why are they and others holding back their endorsement of Biden? Just as nothing, if nothing more than just for a confidence boost. I mean, the Democratic primary is essentially over. In terms of numbers of delegates, Bernie is over 300 delegates behind. There is no way that he can catch up. When you look at the remaining states, most of them favor Biden. 90% of the states left favor Biden. And none of them are states which will yield large enough delegate counts that Bernie could catch up unless he were to win 100% of the vote. Because they split the votes in these states. And that's not going to happen. Biden's likely going to win 90% of the rest of the states. Bernie has no chance. It is over. Biden is essentially the Democratic nominee. Everyone else has dropped out, and Bernie's 300 delegates behind, and he literally cannot catch up. Mathematically, it will be a gazillion trillion to 1 odds. I mean, it's over. So, with that being the case, why hasn't Obama and the Rotten Reverend Clinton come out and endorsed Biden? The contest is over. He is the presumptive nominee. So both Obama and the Rotten Reverend should now come out and give their full support and endorsement to quid pro quo Joe. But they haven't. Why do you think that is? Well, we have a school teacher up in Rhode Island who has offered to pay, and she tweeted this out on social media. Rhode Island school teachers offered to pay someone with coronavirus to cough on President Trump. Now, her name is Amy Bednars, and she's a horseface. If you get caught, now we just had a case here in Cincinnati about a year ago where a woman was arrested, prosecuted, and sent to jail because she had put out a request to a couple people that she knew about maybe doing a hit on her husband. just making the request and putting it out there that she was looking for someone to kill her husband was enough to get her prosecuted. So here is a teacher offering to pay someone with coronavirus to cough on President Trump. It's not much different than hiring a hitman, is it? Or putting up a bounty to kill someone, in this case the president. I certainly hope that she gets a visit from the Secret Service. Well, in an excellent turn by the president, of course, you know, a lot of particularly liberal cities, liberal counties, liberal states have been shutting down gun stores. Fortunately, Trump has issued an order that would keep gun stores open and would overrule these state and local laws, or edicts, you might say, by these governors and mayors and whoever. So now Trump has ordered states to keep gun stores open because he has listed them now as essential businesses. Yes, they are. Right now, you want to have plenty of ammo and a couple of guns. Have you seen what's happening in Italy? When things get really bad, and that's when people start getting hungry, by the way. When people start getting hungry and they can have no access to food or money to buy food, that is when things get ugly. And that is when you need some storage of food and water and plenty of ammo. Trump understands this very well. U.S. coronavirus deaths has now topped 2,000. And we have Dr. Fauci, of whom I'm not a big fan. Fauci saying that we could look at as much as, in the height of this, or we get to, the high point, we could be looking at between 100 and 200,000 deaths. I certainly hope not. I certainly hope not. President Trump, of course, mentioning that no, when I guess he was asked about this, or someone in his administration was asked about it, no, we're not going to provide security for Harry and Meghan. I guess Harry and Meghan, I guess that's the British royals, or used to be British royals. I guess they resigned as British royals. Don't want to be a part of that plan anymore, which is fine. But that means if you don't want to be a part of the royal family and you just want to be regular folks, then guess what? You're regular folks. And regular folks don't get government protection. They're not anything like regular folks, by the way. They'll capitalize on their fame and who they are and who they were or whatever. That'll never stop. They obviously they're not going to live like any regular folks we know. But yeah, I guess that they were going to go to Canada, and the Canadian government said that they would provide government paid security for them. Not in the USA. Doesn't work that way in the USA. We don't have royalty here. We don't have royalty here. We don't have kings and queens and princes. Not here. Pay for your own damn security, as if you need any. I bet you if they would just dress like normal people, move into a normal suburban neighborhood and get a normal job, most people would know who the hell they were. But they don't like that kind of lifestyle. They're going to make sure that their faces are plastered all over magazines, newspapers. They'll be out there getting all the attention that they can and trying to graph off every bit of who they were. So I wish them well, but don't come to the U.S. looking to be treated like royalty. We don't do that here. Dr. Birx, of course, was also on Upchuck Todd on Sunday morning, and of course, she did not take the bait. Upchuck Todd tried to bait her on several questions to try to get her in an I gotcha to set her up for a week or two from now when he can say, oh, well, 2 weeks ago, you were asked by Chuck Todd this, and you said this, and now so gotcha. So he asked her a couple of those prediction questions. What about this? What if this? What if this? What if that? What if this? What if this? And she's a very smart lady. She never fell for any of the traps that he tried to lay for her. Well done. Upchuck Todd's not a very smart guy, in case you haven't noticed. He may be one of the dumbest son of a bitches on media, next to Mad Cow and what's that other guy? Stelter. Yeah, the Stelter, little ball-headed guy. That son of a bitch is stupid. That guy is stupid. Stelter. Crying Brian Stelter. Did you get that, Mara? Crying Brian Stelter. And Upchuck Todd. Don't forget that one, Mara. Upchuck Todd. By the way, yes, Mara is putting together, she put together a long list of deep staters. I don't know how long that list got before she finally probably ran out of memory to be able to hold that many names of deep staters. But it was a long list that she compiled a while back. Now she's doing a service to the channel by putting together the pet names or nicknames that I use for a lot of people I talk about in my videos. So thank you so much, Mara, for your contribution to the channel and for your efforts to catalog the crazy names I come up with for these crazy people. Now, let's get on to Dumbass of the Week. And I knew going into this, even before I counted a single vote, who the top 2 or 3 vote getters would be, and I knew who my pick was. It was a little tough, but I still just had to pretty overwhelmingly myself go with Pelosi Galore. She just outdid herself this week, and what she did this morning put her over the top. I was teetering between her and the rotten Reverend Clinton and Biden and China, the Chinese Communist Party, the media. I mean, they were all bubbling around in my head this morning. But once I watched that interview with Madam Botox, Pelosi Galore, when she made the Watergate reference and made the reference about Trump, being responsible for killing people and all that, that's when it kind of sealed the deal for me and was a no-brainer after that. She was my solid number 1 pick without any doubt whatsoever. So that's my pick for Dumbass of the Week, Madam Botox. Let's see how I did. Impeach My Ass is going to go with the rotten Reverend Clinton and the Chinese Communist Party. Yes, the rotten Reverend certainly made an ass of herself this week, and she took a lot of abuse as a result. Again, she's another one who lives in a bubble. Brian Larkin will go with Kumo. Joe Christensen will go with Madam Botox. Keith Fellows also going to go with Madam Botox, Pelosi Galore. Susan Lowell also going with Pelosi Galore. Net will also go with Madam Botox. Lori Holt will go with Botox, the Rotten Reverend, Kumo, and AOC. Boy, did she ever put on a hell of a stunt in Congress on the House floor. She went through all that. You saw, I'm sure many of you saw the clip. She's waving her arms and acting like a 9-year-old who didn't get her way on her birthday or something. And then she signs the bill. Votes for the bill. That was hilarious. We have J.C. Hasty. He's going to go also with Madam Botox, the Rotten Reverend, and Kumo. Ronnie DeMasters will go with Madam Botox. William Bellini will go with the Rotten Reverend Clinton. And Pelosi's daughter, whose name I believe is Christine, for that piece that she did, that tweet that she did, suggesting that Rand Paul's neighbor was justified in, literally killing him. So, yes, did she take any heat for that from the media? No. So that didn't happen. Pick-a-pap Sigma. I'm just going to start calling you Sigma, my friend. I just can't pronounce that username. I'm just going to call you Sigma. Sigma put up the Federal Reserve for Dumbass of the Week. Yeah, the Fed balance sheet, let's just say it expanded this week. I just think that Trump's got a plan for how to deal with the Fed. But one thing is good is that he put, Navarro in charge of this part of this plan for distribution and all that. And a lot of that gives him some authority over the Fed chair. The Fed chair has to check with him before he does anything. So that is actually a very good move. And I believe that before Trump has completed his 8 years, that he is going to come up with a solution to the Federal Reserve. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Sue Sung is going to go with the Right Reverend Dr. Fauci and the White House News Press Corps. Yes, they are absolutely horrible. I don't know why he continues to allow these people. You know, what I would do at this point, I think I would tell them to submit written questions, and then I would have someone collect up their questions, go through them, weed through them, get rid of the garbage, and only give the president the questions that are actually relevant. I just wouldn't allow them to keep doing what they're doing. These gotcha type questions and all that kind of stuff, I would just be done with it. I would make them submit written questions and then review those, have someone review them, and give the president only real questions. And just totally take that whole thing away. Just take it away from them, because they're abusing their privilege. And I don't like the way that they're behaving. And so, yes, I would do something along those lines. Let's see. We have Bonnie Doon Homestead. She's going to go with Madam Botox. Napoleon Smith will go with Joe Scarborough. Yes, indeed. I think I know what clip he's talking about with Joe Scarborough. That was disturbing, and it was disturbing because the entire statement he made was prefaced again on a lie. So much of what you see in the fake news media is they will say something that is a lie. And then they and their guests that they'll have on will spend the next 10 minutes elaborating on and talking about and criticizing the president in almost every case based on this lie. They put out a little lie, and then they spend, copious amounts of time beating the point to death, even though it was a lie. And you see this over and over again, and I think that's the clip that I saw. I think that's what he's referring to with Joe Scarborough. When I first saw the clip, I said, well, that whole thing he's basing his opinion on there is a lie. So you see that a lot. Larry Lyons. He's going to go with the White House media clowns. Yes, indeed. The White House media clowns. That's a good way to describe them. And, of course, you just heard my solution to that problem, Larry. Jenny Tweets is going to go with Andrew Cuomo, Biden, and the Michigan and Nevada governors. Yeah, there are a couple of real winners. Gordon Barron. How you doing, Gordon? Rotten Reverend Clinton for Gordon. Well deserving. Cards will go with Madam Botox. Peter James, our good friend in the Great Northwest. Stay healthy out there, Peter. Peter's going to go with Nancy Pelosi, the Rotten Reverend, and Brisma Joe. Kimberly Smith will go with Madam Botox. Jonathan Cassidy will go with the Rotten Reverend, Brisma Joe, and the Chinese Communist Party. Joe Mack will go with the Rotten Reverend. Chelsea Clinton for that little the pizza tweets. Well done, Joe Mack. Jamie Enzavino will go with Pelosi, Clinton, and the mainstream media. Jeanette Bateman. Jeanette will go with Madam Botox, the Rotten Reverend, and Brisma Joe. Andreas Manuela will go with the Rotten Reverend. Birdwell will go with Madam Botox. Gene Alley, my man Gene over in Virginia, where they're getting some really warm weather. We were up to 79 or 80 yesterday. I think Gene said in his comment they were like well over 80. But we got a lot of rain to go along with it. It stormed all day. It was warm, but it was stormy. So Gene is going to go with Madam Botox, Brisma Joe, and Kathy Griffin. Yeah, Kathy Griffin. She puts herself in the hospital because she's got bad stomach issues, diarrhea, things like that. She thinks she's got the coronavirus and blames Trump for her not getting a coronavirus test, when in fact it turns out she just had a stomach issue because of a recent visit to Mexico. Boy, is she a dumbass. Well done, Gene. Linda Thomas will go with the Rotten Reverend and Brisma Joe. Douglas is going to go with General Motors. Yeah, that CEO of General Motors. She tried to cop an attitude, and it's like Trump beat her down. It took him about 2 hours to finish that deal, put her right in her place. Now she's acting good again.'s behaving now. Trump put her in her place. Well done, Douglas. He's also going to go with the Nevada and Michigan governors. Yeah, they're a real pair right there. And some people are floating this Michigan governor as a possible VP. I don't think so. She's a doofus goofus. I mean, she makes Kamala Legs and Harris look like a super genius or something. I mean, that Michigan governor, she's a moron, total straight up. Spectre is going to go with Andrew Cuomo. Rocky will go with Pelosi, who now thinks she's the new head of the Senate. Yeah, that didn't work out very well. Mona Lisa will go with Kathy Griffin, for the reason I just mentioned. Michael will go with Madam Botox, the Rotten Reverend, and Barisma Joe. We have Linda Martin will go with Barisma Joe, Madam Botox, and the Rotten Reverend. Stage Door Johnny is going to go with Madam Botox, the Nevada governor, and Ocasio-Cortez, the wild-eyed commie. Yeah, that was hilarious. I mean, to watch her, I mean, that speech she gave, and she's flailing her arms and screaming. I mean, it reminded me of like a 10-year-old or 9 or 10-year-old child that didn't get something they wanted. That's exactly what it looked like. And then she goes through all that drama, and then she votes for the bill. It's just extraordinary. And I honestly don't know that she's going to win. I mean, she's got like 8 or 9 challengers. I'd love to see her get knocked out. I'm just sick of her. I'm just done with her. So done with her. And I think she'll have a tough time winning re-election. I really do. She'll get a lot of money coming in from outside her district, but there's a lot of people that are going to show up to vote against her in her district. And again, she's running against a lot of people. Now, quite a few of them are just jokes. But there's a couple serious people running against her that I think could beat her, and I certainly hope they do. We need to get her out of the Congress, right along with Omar, who, by the way, I think now there is an official investigation into whether or not she lied about her immigration status and her age and all that kind of stuff. So she might be getting booted out of the country anyway. And of course, Tlaib and the other woman, I forget her name. Anyway, yes, we need to be rid of the 4 horsewomen of the apocalypse, where they all need to go. They're just bad news. They've done nothing for this country whatsoever. Okay, so I guess if you've tallied them up as I was going through there, it's no doubt in anybody's mind who was the winner of Dumbass of the Week. It was Madam Botox Pelosi Galore, Dumbass of the Week. Well deserved. She deserves much worse than Dumbass of the Week. It's just I have nothing worse to bestow upon her at this point. But the Rotten Reverend Clinton pulled in a pretty close second. She got within like 7 votes of Madam Botox. So we have Madam Botox, Pelosi Galore winning Dumbass of the Week, coming in number 2, the Rotten Reverend, and finishing number 3, once again, always trailing the pack a little behind, Barisma Joe. Pelosi, the Rotten Reverend, and Biden. That's your dumbasses of the week. Thank you so much for contributing and tuning in. You guys continue to stay safe out there, stay healthy, and we'll be back tomorrow with more TowerGate. See ya. Bye.